that also somewhat really tempered his powers as far as even recruitment is concerned. That was also domiciled, or it was taken to the office of the Public Service Commission. That story, you can follow it on page 9 of the Daily Nation today. Census teams soldier on to beat deadlines, security incidents and cynicism among some Kenyans towards the count slow down the exercise in some parts of the country. You can follow the story on page 10 of the Daily Nation today. Also, toxic flow. NEMA finally makes arrest 2 weeks after the Nation and NTV serialized the heartbreaking tale of polluted rivers. NEMA and the police have closed 4 factories and arrested 9 people. That is a story that you want to follow also inside the Daily Nation this morning. Let's see what the Standard is holding for us, and this is what you're waking up to on the front page of the Standard. It's loading up. This is a Standard for you. Soccer star caught up in Uhuru Ruto party wars. Supremacy. McDonald Mariga in contentious list of Jubilee candidates sent to Electoral Commission, but has been disowned by Party Secretary General Raphael Tuju in what is turning out to be a battle for control of ruling party. Was someone really testing the waters? Maybe that is a probing question. You can follow the story on page 6 of the Standard this morning. Why teachers risk double deductions in September? This is the tutor's plan. TSC says it is willing to recover July and August union dues at a go from next month's pay. In a new twist to war between the Commission and NAT, the story continues on page 12 of the Standard today. And long-serving Bishop Yego set to retire after 45 years in church leadership. AIC presiding bishop will hand over the reins of leadership after an illustrious career that saw him rub shoulders with high and mighty who worshipped and donated generously to his church. You can follow the story on page 3 of the Standard this morning. And NCCK heads differ ahead of tomorrow's key meeting. This is all about church split. Divisions in National Council of Churches of Kenya take a new turn after Chairman Archbishop Timothy Ndambuki accuses General Secretary Peter Karanja of working to divide the organization. You can follow the story on page 4 of the Standard. Also, these politics in church, and this is what is headlined here on the front page of the Standard today. The story is tucked away on page 4 of the Standard. Follow all the details there. Let's see what we have also inside the Star this morning. This is what you're waking up to on the front page of the Star. Ruto tells off Raila over referendum is a splash today. DP said constitutional review should be a win-win for all Kenyans. This is all about the plebiscite. When BBI puts across their proposals, we will not accept the spirit of tsunami. And this is a story that is tucked away on page 4 and 5 of the Star this morning. And you can see him here, all-inclusive. Deputy President William Ruto addressing residents after opening facilities at the Kapsabet County Referral Hospital in Nandi yesterday. This is how the crowd also massed yesterday to welcome him. That you can follow inside the Star today, page 4 and 5. Also, Asian couple conned of 2 million shillings to cleanse land with witchcraft spells. Also, Uko exits scene, cries foul over succession process. And NEMA shuts down 4 companies for polluting Nairobi River. That story also continues on page 10 of the Star this morning. The People Daily is up next, and this is how it looks today. The front page of the People Daily. Right. Kibra, Paul reignites Ruto Tuju battles is a splash this morning. Rivalry, ex-international footballer Mariga at center of row as DP and Jubilee Secretary General fronts different lists to electoral body for the upcoming by-election, further exposing cracks within the ruling party. This story continues on page 6. And of course, you've seen the Jubilee Party has disowned that particular letter as well. But all the details are on page 6. Also, Kenya Airways half-year loss doubles to 8.6 billion shillings is another story tucked away on page 16 of the People Daily. Odunga gives lifeline to capital offense convicts. This is a story you can follow on page 2 of the People Daily this morning. Let's buckle down to business right now. But I'll be remiss if I don't show you what is on the front page of Faleo Jubilee. Yaruka Mariga katika Kibra. That is a splash today. IBC yarudisha barua iliyoorodhoresha mwanasoka kuwa miongoni mwa wanaotaka ubunge. That story I've mentioned is on page 2 of Taifa Leo. Punjani apiga polisi ya chenga katika uwanja wa ndege JKIA. That story continues on page 2 of Taifa Leo this morning. Business Daily is up next. This is what is a splash today. Kenya Airways 6-month loss rises to 8.5 billion shillings. National carriers widening loss erodes capital position to a negative of 16.18 billion shillings, but it attributes loss to route expansion. You can follow the story on page 4 of the Business Daily. And power struggle at CA as board decision is quashed. The power struggle at the Communications Authority of Kenya took a new turn yesterday after the court suspended the recent appointment of Mercy Wanjau to take over from Francis Wangusi, whose term has expired. Employment and Labour Relations Court Judge Brian Ongayo granted orders sought in an application filed by the Consumer Federation of Kenya through lawyer Henry Karauka, while also directing that the case be heard altogether with another one filed by activist Okiya Omutata. You can follow the story on page 4 of the Business Daily this morning. Also still on the front page of the Business Daily, IMF boast term ends before deal on the shilling. The IMF representative to Kenya, Jean Mikkelsen, is set to leave Nairobi in 2 weeks ahead of conclusion of talks on a new dollar cover for the shilling. Ms. Mikkelsen's term in the country is set to end on September the 13th, and he will be replaced by Tobias Rasmussen. You can follow the story on page 4 of the Business Daily this morning. There's a standalone picture here, war on pollution, and this is Sinresin's Limited CEO, Mira Shah, when she was arrested by National Environment Management Agency, NEMA. This is NEMA officials who accused the firm of discharging hazardous waste into the environment without an effluent discharge license. We can see also Acting NEMA Director General Mamo Boru briefing journalists after the agency conducted a raid on several companies, including Daima Milk Processor, over poor waste disposal. You can follow the story on page 2 of the Business Daily today. On the ticker this morning, CS downplays farms' fears in new tax system. The National Treasury Cabinet Secretary has defended a new tax system set to start in September after soda, bottled water, juices, non-alcoholic beverages and cosmetic companies sued to stop its rollout. The story is tucked away on page 8 of the Business Daily. Also, water loss hits Kenya's home connections bid. Heavy loss of piped water is adding expansion to homes. A new industry report shows shining the spotlight on a biting cash flow challenging facing utilities as demand increases. This story continues on page 12 and 13 of the Business Daily. Today's digit is 4.9 billion shillings. This is earnings. Australian mining farm-based resources has posted a 13% jump in net profit. This story continues on page 7 of the Business Daily. Also, piracy threat to blue economy as Kenya prepares to chair the contact group on piracy off the coast of Somalia, that is CGCPS, from January next year. All eyes will be on this Indian Ocean country to vigorously address the challenges posed by the maritime insecurity. And this story is tucked away on page 16 and 17 of the Business Daily this morning. And also, we shall pick the brains of our panelists as well to tell us more about this development. Remember, also recently there was a maritime, of course, conference at Radisson Blu, courtesy of the Horn Institute. And of course, we shall pick the brains of the director this morning as well. Let's move on to see what we have also across the region. We go to Tanzania and pick up the Citizen for us. Total investments down amid local venture rise. Is it Total or that is total investments down amid local venture rise? That is the splash today. NBS report shows that the value of new investments, it decreased by 44.4% last year. Bad projects implemented by Tanzanians rose to 132 from 84. And the story continues on page 2. So things are looking up for Tanzania as far as local investment is concerned. Also, Samia, no 2020 Zanzibar ambitions. This is what the Vice President is saying. Vice President Samia Suluhu Hassan has ruled out seeking the Zanzibar presidency in next year's general election. You can follow the story on page 2 of the Citizen. Also, Majaliwa tours factory in Japan ahead of conference. And we can see him, Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa, viewing a turbine during the visit to a factory operated by Japanese multinational Toshiba in Yokohama, Japan yesterday. Mr. Majaliwa will also attend the 7th Tokyo International Conference on African